People, them. Views on Sport. Welcome back. This is Under the Lens, and today we have my brother, the Chelsea fan, the winner this season, man like Yassa TV.
Big up, my brother. Man. Big up, views. I can't lie. I've been looking forward for this one. I can't lie.
Yeah, man. Same. Always, everyone that I bring on is definitely people that I want to speak to, and obviously feeling good. Champions League, Conference League winners. You know what I mean? On the thumbnail, I got the Thanos glove, like that. Man's like,
I seen it. I was like, ooh, we got that one. You know what I mean?
Well, let's speak about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a real thing, bro. It's a real thing when they say they completed the set. You know what I'm saying? What else is there to win in Europe? But we'll get into all of that. Big yourself up for coming on. I know there's other people on right now, Northside and Deluded, and so anyone who passes through, big up Playback Gang. We're gonna need you to do your thing. But I usually start with obviously your first exposure to the club, my guy. You know how you got into Chelsea, and then maybe like a good memory, a bad memory of your early Chelsea years, bro.
I don't know. You know what it is, yeah? I'm bad with timing. So like you see me, I can't really tell you 04 is when I seen this and 05. But now I have to kind of go back a little bit, yeah, for you to kind of get the way it works. So it might mess up the way you've planned this, yeah. But like, so I was born in Holland, yeah, so the Netherlands. So I lived there for 13 years, and then I moved to England, yeah, Birmingham and that. But the way it works is like, I'm not old. I'm only 27, yeah, but it's like you feel old at certain times. You know, when you see everyone around you, you just feel old, yeah. But it's like when I was younger, we didn't really have like what we had the equivalent to Freeview in it, and on that you couldn't really see the Premier League games. You could only see like a bit of like the Eredivisie,
right?
You get me? So like I would see people like Dries Mertens when they were younger playing for Utrecht. Wijnaldum played for Feyenoord, so I remember that watching him when I was a bit younger as well, before he moved to Liverpool. There's all these other players that played, like even Van Persie and all these. Like, so I remember when Suarez bit someone. Yeah, he was doing that back in Eredivisie. He was on the newspapers. So like, that was more. I kind of played football more than I watched it. Because remember, even as us as boys, we get to, people throw the ball at you since a kid. So you might love playing football before you actually really start to watch it. When it comes to Chelsea, I think it might have been around like 05, around that time, yeah. When I've seen someone look like, yo, what's this blue kit? You know what I mean? Because
Blue,
you see
yes. Yeah.
highlights though. You see highlights. So obviously, my color was blue. In cars, it's more black here. But it's like with kits and stuff. Blue is the one that stood out for me, innit?
Okay.
So it couldn't be red because Ajax was red, and
Mm,
obviously I was from Rotterdam, so it's Feyenoord, yeah. So
okay.
you can say it's the second level team, whatever. They're not as big as them, but it
No,
don't like,
but
for
it's
me.
always good. Yeah.
But it was part like with Chelsea, it was more. I saw like Lampard, Drogba. Like, I think it might like I don't I'm not really sure Makalele and them man were there at the time, but like when I was young, that's my thing, and I was like,
Good years.
this guy shooting from outside the box like that, yo, what's this? Do you know what I mean? Like seeing like the way Drogba was playing, and so for me that was like, okay, cool. Like, whenever I get a chance, I need to find a way of watching this.
Mm, mm,
So obviously it was still difficult. Like at that time, how old I was, I think I was around 6 around that. But
really.
then if you ask me like my general football memory that I never forget, it was us randomly one day turning on the TV and the World Cup was on. And then when there was guess what? So obviously I knew about football because he also played FIFA, innit?
Hmm.
So you kind of knew like, okay, this is that. Or my brother and I used to watch like clips and stuff of footballers, innit? Because remember the YouTube, the whole Ronaldo thing, even though it wasn't really a thing at that time, you get to watch a bit of football here and there, wherever it was, or highlights and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what I used to do is when I used to go on the bus to school, they used to have the Metro newspapers on the bus. And if you put go, like, I was even in Holland, it's the same. You turn the back page and it will tell you the Premier League table. So you would see
Okay.
Chelsea, Arsenal, United. You know what I mean? Or it would be like Chelsea, United, or Chelsea second this week because
Yeah.
Arsenal won or United won. Like it was close, isn't it? And then yeah, going back to that, it was that France Italy World Cup when Zidane done the headbutt.
The headbutt.
That
Yeah.
was it. So I was like telling my mum, like, I didn't even know it was World Cup here, whatever. Like that's how I know we didn't really watch football. We couldn't watch because obviously I didn't grow up with my dad, so it was just me, and my mom. I was the oldest one, and then my younger brother's like 3 years younger than me.
Pick him up.
So we used to be like, "What's this? Your World Cup for France, Italy? Okay, cool." All the games we used to watch was like watching ITV and watching England. You get
Mm,
to watch that every time England's playing, they're playing, so you watch that. So my brother and I were into the national team all the time,
yeah.
and then obviously seeing that World Cup game. And then I was like, friends, mom, come on, man. They got Henry, they got this guy, they got Zidane, they got Ribery on the wing. I was like, nah, nah. So I said France. My mom said Italy, and I think my brother said like, I think he must have seen Italy. This
Okay.
guy headbutted my man. I was like, yo, man, you you just killed the game for us. But that's like my proper early memory.
Mm,
And then after that, it was more. That's when the internet started coming. I don't know how it was in England and when, like, whether it came here earlier than us, but it was like, obviously, first it was use the cable, LAN cable to get internet,
dial up.
and
Yeah.
that became a wireless thing. But
Mm.
even then, I only knew how to get onto those websites here where you can play the games, like mini play and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I remember being at the library here and you put the website in, but then I'm like, how do I actually? Well, we press enter, innit?
Hmm.
I was pressing every button on the thing, and nothing's happened. I'm like, how did the woman do it, bro? Like, I accidentally went out. So we slowly started getting into the whole internet thing, whatever. And then my brother became a United fan because of CR7. Because wherever we used to go, he would see like the Ronaldo shirt with the
Mm,
AIG. You get it,
mm,
the front and the long devil white stripe at the
yeah,
back. I think that was like '07 or something. It was I watched that all the time. And I was like, nah, man, I can't have no devil on my shirt, bro. What? Like, yeah, I'm not supporting that. Cool, maybe Ronaldo's good, but I ain't doing that. For
mm.
some reason, that's how I got into being a Chelsea fan
That's
and my
mad.
brother being a United fan.
Yeah, that's
So,
mad. Sibling rivalry and that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
is
So my
mad. Big.
brother always liked to be different though, because we didn't grow up in England, and this is what a lot of people don't get that are already from England. So you know how people don't understand the rivalry. Or like I can come on an Arsenal channel and just speak about Arsenal, and then people think like, how can you be unbiased It's just because we didn't grow up around it. Like, people that live in Highbury and they experience the things is a bit different to actually living overseas. You might still have that like same sense of you might still hate that club or whatever, but it's not actually the same. Like I grew up in Holland, yeah, and I knew how much we hated Ajax. Like, bro, you lose that game. I remember just flares. They used to bring the big trucks with the water cannons around. They have to
It's
push
mad.
everyone away. Like it was mad,
It's
innit?
mad.
So
And
I,
yeah, I'm
so I,
sorry to just cut you. Obviously, SDF C is asking what's your Dutch team. So you said it was Feyenoord, wasn't it?
yeah, it's final. Yeah.
Feyenoord. Sorry
So
to cut
that's where the whole joke thing comes from.
you.
If you, because I know you come on Northside channel, whether you in the comments or there, yeah, that's where the whole respect the Eredivisie comes from.
Right.
So a lot of people just think he said, "Why does he keep saying respect the Eredivisie?" Yeah, when it's like, well, how does that make sense? But that's where it comes from because
Smashing.
I used to watch the Eredivisie, and we used
Mm.
to also do that thing where we go to supermarket and you get them matcha tactic. Do you know what do you like call it? But there was what they used to do is you get like a book, and then
Sticker.
every time you do shopping, they'll give you like them bags, like them Yu-Gi-Oh bags that people get,
Mm.
or the Pokemon cards thing.
With the
And
cards
then
and
you
stuff.
get players from the league, and then you can like take it off and then find whether you had it before and stick them on that page.
Yeah,
You
man.
try to collect everything basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's really how we got into it. Even though Match Attack is more collecting the cards, our thing was like you tape it off and you like stick them in the book, kind of fill the book,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I had the
And then so like the rivalries and everything was a bit different. Obviously, Devante is an Ajax fan, and so when I always hear people used to say like, "Yo, this the Premier League, then it's this league, then it's this league, then it's the Eredivisie," and I'm like, "Cool, yeah," but Benfica lost against Feyenoord. Bayern Munich struggled against Feyenoord. You know,
mm,
this team PSV was beating this team or that team, and then you come and you think actually maybe they're not as bad as you keep saying they are. But that's where the whole joke comes from. But I know obviously the league's not as strong, and it's more. I've played football just like that early age when you do get to understand football, where it's around what 9 all the way to like 10, depending on how good like your brain is. You know, how some players
Yes,
are very young, but if they're
yeah,
just a bit more mature and they understand it.
I
I always
understand.
used to be the offside rule, wasn't it? I had to ask the manager, like, bro, what's this offside thing you keep? How do you know I'm offside? He'll show me on a piece of paper. I'm like, okay, cool, and I still get used to getting it. That's the only thing, yeah. But
Big up.
besides that, I've played in the Dutch system, so I kind of got their thing's always been, yeah, keep the ball, pass the ball. Their whole thing used to be pass the ball. This is why you get like the Ajax football, that kind of thing, and you kind of understand how their football's slightly different to, I don't know, where you know how you can tell like Spanish football's a bit different, like that kind of thing.
Mm,
Like English. When I came to England and I'm just playing football in school, and I'm just you get those big rugby guys and that, but they just play football because it's PE in it.
yeah.
And then he just, bro, I remember getting the ball. Obviously, I'm IC3 and that, so they put me on the wing. You know what I mean? Bro, it was I was a gem. When I came through, it's like, yo, you can kick ball like this. Because we used to, like, my school used to be like mainly white, yeah, but there used to be other cultures and that, like other people around, but the area it was in is more like a white area, and
Mhm.
it was like they kept telling me like, bro, like, we play football every week on Sunday and that. We don't get smart like this. But because I used to be light and I had pace, and I used to be able to shoot. So I kind of had everything I needed to have at that time. And it was like, cool. So I'd run across here. All I hear is man on, or something. I turn around and this guy just comes in, takes me out.
What?
And I was one of the people that I hate contact, innit? Like, this player just like, I'll leave the ball. Like, I used to be like that. I was like, nah, bro. I'm not like, getting my leg broken, yeah. Ball, like, it's not that deep. Like, if I'm not making it,
I
I
hear
ain't
it.
doing
I
it.
hear it.
I kind of start to understand how the game it was more physical in England.
Mm.
Even when I played a bit of Sunday League later on, you start realizing, yo, the ball here is mad. You know what I mean? This is not football, bro. This is like rugby. Like,
Like
man,
wars.
just hearing lump it up forward, lump it up forward. I'm
Mm.
like, bro, no, I don't want to do that. But it's like this is kind of where you start to understand that. Okay, cool. Even though football is like an international game, everyone plays in their own way. And I just like that. Just got to just keep playing football, man. That's kind of how it was.
I hear it. I hear it, man. I hear it. Hey, man. And like I said, that's good, man. Like I said, I didn't know that. Obviously, that's where you were born, and that's where you kind of, and that kind of, that, yeah, that does explain it because I have heard that on North Sides, and I thought, what's all this about? So, thank you for that, my bro. Big up the people in the building. SDFC saying the class. I can't even say that. Proper derby. Is that, yeah, I can't even say it. So he knows. Big up Gavin L in the building saying big up views and Yas. His link is in the chat, guys. His name is in the description. Click it. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Show him some love. Gavin's bigging up. Why not? Latimus Prime in the building. Big yourself up, my broski. Hope you're doing good. Why not saying big up Gavin? Yeah, man. Big up Prime each and every time. Prime says, Yasa, thoughts on Delap and Mainan?
Oh, okay. Listen,
kind of throwing it out.
You know what it is, yeah.
But we'll go with it. Go on.
Yeah. Know, bro, you're a great host. I know you're gonna bring it back. You're gonna keep bringing it back. Whatever you wanna do, whatever you've planned for it. So it's calm. But yeah, man, I don't know. You know, I've been doing this subscriber show that you do, and I've been coming on a couple times a week, and before we signed the lap, I've watched the lap like whenever I had time, and I was like, yo, like this guy, he has the attributes in it to be a very good player. Like sometimes, like I said at the time, it's more about looking at the player's profile, because you can say, you know what, we did that, and it bring Lukaku, and then he comes on 100 million, whatever you end up spending on him, and he might not really suit the way you play, which is similar to what we were talking about before with Arsenal and what striker do you want to get and all that. Remember, and if you could, and also the part of the reason is, remember, everyone's praising at the time Inter, yeah. Oh, you got Dumfries for 10 million. How can they spend 10 million on a right back, 3 million on a centre back? How they got smart business, but when your club wants to do smart business, there's a problem. No. We want to be like those guys that spend a lot of money.
Right.
You get it? I want the right player, bro. If the lap is the right player to move my club forward, I don't care how much money we spend. But if we go back to actually what I think about the lap, I think I said that he could be the next Kane. Like in the next couple of years, before he even came to my club, I thought if whichever club he moves to next, he'll go from being 30 million, which is already ridiculous at this time. Yeah. Because if you remember Evan Ferguson, they were talking 80 million. He barely played football. So if he manages to get moved to whatever club he moved to next, they'll be asking 100 million from him next year. You know what I mean? He's that. And if you look at it, he has the pace. He can drive the ball. He can dribble with the ball. Dribble, not carry the ball, because a lot of people confuse carrying and dribbling. But he's strong, and he has that thing where he can run in behind, because someone like him shouldn't be moving the way he moves in terms of his speed. Yeah. And he can also hold up the ball. He has a good first touch. One of my issues with some other strikers that were out is that they don't really have a good first touch, and in the Premier League it's already tight. Like, you don't get that much time on the ball. Yeah. So we've seen with a lot of footballers, if they ain't got a good first touch, it's like they're not in the game. And they don't even look like the way they looked in the other leagues where they excelled, where they can keep recovering and doing the trampoline foot thing and chase the ball, and they don't get all of that space. So what ends up happening is they'll lose the ball. Someone like a Saliba comes in, shoots the ball. Van Dijk just comes and walks across, gets the ball, and then all of a sudden he struggles. Now, do I think he's going to be really good at Chelsea? Listen, I'm just here to see in it, because I'm not one of them people that says, oh, gas the guy up, and then I get disappointed, bro. You know what I mean? But I think he has the right qualities. And this is why I was kind of confused where not a lot of people went for him. I was like, bro, he's a very good player where it's in the middle. Like, he's a very good, like, he has a lot of the qualities, bro. But he's at Ipswich, so no one cares. You know, he's at Ipswich, bro. You know what I mean? He's Ipswich.
But 30 million is a steal, bro. For me, and I was even saying to Latimus, like, bro, like, it's like, I think he will do good at Chelsea, bro. I said all Chelsea need is a competent striker. It could literally be anyone, and he's literally it. And for 30 million, you're absolutely right, man. You have to find the right player. And who cares about the price? Obviously, Arsenal were in a bit of a different position, because we've obviously had a rubbish season. We need that dopamine. We need to be making a bit more of a statement. Do you know what I'm saying? But with you guys, I said to Ladamus, I mean, we'll speak about it, but I only think you need a few pieces, and a striker is one of them, just a competent striker. And what's your thoughts on the goalkeeper, bro? I mean, I haven't watched him much, to be fair.
No, but I remember that a couple of years ago, he was basically top 3, top 4 goalkeepers in the world. I haven't really watched him recently with AC Milan, but I know that they're in a big mess. Like, they were 8th. Then I think Sergio Conceição came. He got a trophy or something, and then they started going backwards again. And obviously their whole financial stuff is, once they don't really get top 4 and whatever, all of a sudden it's a big issue, isn't it? Because they don't make as much money anyway in those leagues. This is why you had the whole Inter cheating thing, whatever that. And even though I was thinking they were loaning every player that they have, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Just free transfer, and they still cheated. So you don't really know how tight the money is over there. France recently, we're hearing stuff about their Uber Eats league and all that. I remember they had issues with the whole, the league's not bringing them enough money, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a good opportunity. Also, him being 29 years old. Like, now with the goalkeeper, he was known to have a few injury issues, innit? He was a bit like Alisson, innit? Where he's an injury prone goalkeeper.
Right.
However, he's not been injured for the last year. So I'm looking at it same way I looked at Pedro Neto, innit? This year, where he may have been injury prone at Wolves, but since he came to us, he hasn't been injury prone. So I'm not going to label him that, because he may have turned the corner. Now, if he becomes injury prone at my club, that's when I can say he's injury prone.
Right.
Because you never know, innit, until he turns up.
No,
Because how many times do you see players leave your club injury prone, go somewhere else? Look at like a Martial who left United, went away and he was injury free. So
exactly.
yeah, but when it comes to the way he plays with the ball at his feet, like, he's like a midfielder just in goal, bro.
Yeah.
And the way we play is, you know what I'm saying, we wait and try to lure the opposition towards us, out of position, to start moving the ball, which is kind of similar to what Inter does.
Right.
So in terms of getting the player out, getting the opposition out, that Brighton does it. That's the whole way of playing nowadays, anyway. So to see the amount of money that they're asking for, 30 million or whatever it was, 25 million euros, brother. Have you seen the news? They tried Chelsea said, no. We value him at 8.4 million pounds.
Oh, word.
We'll buy him up for 10 million euros. Yeah. Now, the reason they did that, apparently, from what I've read so far, is that his contract runs out in 2026.
Okay.
So they're basically saying, we're not paying that much. We don't think we don't value him as that much, because we can get, well, technically that player is going to be free. Now, what I'm looking at it, a lot of people have lost their mind on Twitter, because they're saying, bro, if it's 25 million, just pay it. Don't be greedy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think I have to give the club the benefit of the doubt to say, yo, if it's a negotiation tactic and it pulls up, you've done a mad thing. But if it hasn't, then don't tell us I tried, because you could have just spent the money, innit? Like, this is one of those situations where it's not 100 million and 20 million or something. It's not like a flip of a coin kind of thing, yeah?
Right.
You sometimes just swoop and get the player.
Yeah.
But if we can get him for 15, or like why not say like 15 or a bit more than that? You still manage to get the player for cheap, bro.
Of course.
See, I remember hearing him 80 million at the time, because we inquired about him a couple of years back, yeah. We were hearing big numbers. Like, he could be the 100 million pound goalkeeper, whatever it was at the time, with how he was performing. And I think he managed to get into this France squad as well, because remember, Lloris was there for a while. So it's about taking the opportunity, bro. But as a goalkeeper, bro, he's very good. Like, this is when you start talking world-class goalkeepers, isn't it?
Right.
But the reason why I wouldn't, before you go, the reason why I wouldn't really put his current, like, if his form isn't that good, then I wouldn't blame putting that on him, is because AC Milan's just in big trouble, isn't it?
Right.
Like, yeah, and everything's not good. Like, that's like looking at United and like that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because Ahmad's there, he may have not had a good season, for example, doesn't mean he can't be that player. It's just a weird one. Like, it's because it's not on him. But I think he's a very good goalkeeper, and I think after what I've experienced the whole season doing watch-alongs with Sanchez, bro, listen, if you can do a swap, I'll do a swap, you know?
and just to segue, bro, like, because obviously Keller has gone to Brentford for 18 million. And I'm like, because Arsenal were looking at this Garcia guy, and they were talking about spending anywhere between 20 and 30 million. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, hold on. Like Kelleher's gone to Brentford. I'd rather Kelleher come in as Arsenal's number one. Forget Rayard, like that. So Chelsea, I would have thought, if he was on the radar, maybe you guys would have gone for him. But as other fans have told me, we wouldn't have got him for that price. That's some liberty tigging
Yeah,
it. But it's
possible.
yeah,
But at the same time, we've inquired about Kelleher before. I don't know if it was in the January, or I think it may have been in the January
did
summer
you
transfer window or something before. We tried to see, or what do you guys call it? What do Arsenal fans call it? Inquire, look through the
inquire?
window,
Yeah, yeah,
any one of the frameworks, setting up the
yeah.
frameworks, all
Maya,
that. We
yeah,
tried, but we didn't. I don't know exactly what happened because a lot of the times you get reports, but I don't even know if that was really true. Maybe we did inquire about him, but at the time they weren't willing to let him go, innit?
right.
And it proved worthy for them because he's been very important in this year, winning them that league title, innit? Because when Alisson was out, he was the one between the sticks until he made the mistake at Newcastle.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it was
You
flawless.
did-
So
you did-
even winning them trophies in terms of like Carabao Cups or whatever, when he used to play FA Cups, those kind of games that he usually plays is that Alisson doesn't. You know what I'm saying? He comes in and besides maybe distribution, you know what I mean, and a bit of saving. He's been flawless for them. So
Mm,
I didn't
mm.
think they would let him go, but Liverpool managed to get that Mamadash guy that they got last year, the Georgian goalkeeper.
Right,
So they
right.
eventually had to find a way for Keller, especially if he's going to make that step up. If he's not going to
Mm,
do that at Liverpool, he
mm.
has to find somewhere to do that. Now, with what happened with that, and the reason he went to Brentford is, I think, who did is one of them? Who there's someone who's the one that bought Flecken? Which team bought Flecken? Someone bought that the Brentford goalkeeper.
I'm not sure. Is it a team from abroad?
Someone's bought. I don't
Someone in
know.
the chat, if you know, let us know.
He's
Fleckham. What?
gone
So you think it's a
to.
domino thing?
Yeah, he went to Brighton. Yeah. I think he's moved. He moved to someone else recently.
Because I'm
Uh,
surprised not a lot of people were in for Kelleher. Like to see him to go Brentford, I thought he'd probably get a bit of a bigger move. But like I said, man, Liverpool wouldn't sell him to Arsenal.
no. This what I'm saying, bro. I think it's a swap.
Right,
One sec. It's not. Yeah, Leverkusen. That's it. He's gone to Leverkusen. So,
Leverkusen.
so what happened is, who's coming from Leverkusen to Liverpool? Verts. So they're
Mm,
doing this whole I scratch my back, you scratch yours,
mm.
whatever that's called. Even though Sam tried to call it, I stroke your back, you stroke mine, and we cooked him for it. But
Pause.
um, yeah, big pause. But it's like, so that's a bit of a domino effect where they
Yeah,
know that they needed the goalkeeper. We'll send him there, and then you can get him. That kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, man.
um,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
That
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. That makes sense. What's why I'm not saying here? League will be eating good from my pocket next season. All eyes on PSG. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, man, they have been playing good, man. Obviously, you read the swoop for 15 mil. Big up Dr. Seymour Butts in the house. I hope you're good, my bro. He said Mainan is available for 15 M's, question mark, question mark. Do you feel though, let me just ask you this though, if because obviously I think you lot are quite good at business, isn't it? Like a lot better than us, especially in terms of selling players, right? So I
Yeah.
can definitely see that angle. But do you feel like if you do dilly dally, a next team could swoop in for him? Because obviously we need another goalkeeper, but obviously Mainan's going to come to be the number one, isn't he? Really? So, if there's any other team out there, do you feel like if you kind of dilly dally, like someone else might come in, or do you think it's pretty much so
It's
not?
possible. It's possible, but I'm gonna be honest. Like I'd love to obviously have Manyan as a goalkeeper. Yeah, we're not
Mm,
getting that one twisted. But I never thought I'd have a goalkeeper like that.
right.
What I mean by that, when the season ended, the way I thought we'd set up upcoming season was with Petrovic. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. So getting a Manyan kind of ruffled everything that I thought might happen with our goalkeeper situation. So what I thought was gonna happen is, and maybe Prime can back me on this. We thought Petrovic will come in to be number one, and then because remember he's basically been the number one goalkeeper in France, and he would have been there, and then who's the other guy? Even I forgot my goalkeepers, bro. Whoever that Jurgensen would have been number two, who's already number two right now. So
Right.
we would get rid of Sanchez. So if he's a good market opportunity, maybe we try to put Petrovic in number 2 and put Manyan in our number 1 spot. Now the issue we have in here is because of how, and this is a similar issue to what you had with Emi Martinez.
Mhm.
Now Petrovic has played first team football and realized the levels he can play at. He's looking at it thinking, I could play first team football somewhere else.
Mm.
Now the way he's been playing that season, my issue is this. I'm like, brother, I ain't trying to lose a good goalkeeper because sometimes you just got them at home. You get me? If you got them at home, there's no point having to eventually spend that. I'm not one of them people that get attached to players, and I haven't really seen him play this season for my club, so I can't say anything. Yeah, he's played on the pitch and he was good. I think besides he only had issues playing at the back, so it was never really anything major. Yeah, but yeah, man, I think we just need to see what they decide to do when it comes to those goalkeepers, and I'm still gonna bring Manyan either way. If I
Yeah.
keep Petrovic, we send him on loan. I'll take that.
Yeah.
But that Hondo from SWAT, he has to go, bro. I don't care that he
Yeah.
had a good
Yeah. Hondo.
I don't care that he had the good ending and all of that, bro. Sohamo has to go, man.
Bro, I was gonna say Sanchez can't stay, bro. There's no way, bro. There is
Nah,
no way that this guy should stay, bro. And I said the same, like goalkeepers like him and Edison, they need to go to WWE or something, bro. You get me? I don't know what
he's
they're doing.
Edison. Like the City.
The City goalkeeper, bro. Oh
Nah, he's
my
good, bro.
days.
Edison's sick, bro. I like him.
Edison, bro. Nah, he's got all right instincts, but really and truly, bro, when you watch him long enough, bro, I don't know, he don't fill me with no confidence, bro.
But you know Edison though. Edison, because of because of how much big up Mr. Robert, because of how much City dominate the ball, yeah. He doesn't have to make saves, bro. It's only occasionals. And then when you see what he does on the ball, obviously he's a goalkeeper, so we're not going to care as much as on the ball. But because of how good he's on the ball,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
that standout, innit? Like, when you're that good on the ball, I'm allowing you not being that good. Or you might not be that good saving, but okay, cool. You know what? Because remember, he provides so much. He's almost like a novice defender or like a midfielder.
Yeah.
When they push up so high, he's so high up on the pitch, and he's always so confident. It's just with the last season that they had this season that just ended, yeah, their midfield's been non-existent. So it's just been all of that. It's just been attacking the centre backs, or every team just been going there, just having to go at the centre back. Whereas
Maybe
they used to remember they used to do kind of what PSG done, like what they're doing now, where that's that 2-second press almost. They press the ball, get the ball back from you in 2 seconds. But they've just lost their legs in midfield, innit?
Yeah. I think that's a good point, man. And obviously, yeah, he does it better than Raya. Do you know what I mean? Ray is doing what he tries to do. Big up Ismi Everest, he was on earlier. I said it's like a triangle of transfer among Brentford, Leverkusen, and Liverpool. There you go. Why not saying Don Diddy Hassam stroking backs? Easy. Ray's spot ain't safe. Not for me, it ain't, bruv. This guy, bruv, he's like, I don't know, bruv. He's jittery, in it. He's not filling me with confidence, like I said, man. It's me, Everest said Arsenal's recent keepers haven't been to the levels of Seaman, Czech, even Almunia or Fabianski. I won't put Almunia.
They've been near the levels of Czech. They've been near the levels of Czech when he was at Arsenal.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? The spy agent, we used to call him Agent Check, like that. And Almunia was terrible as well, man. For me, anyway. Like I really didn't like him. Big up Mr. Rubber as always, man. Big yourself up, my broski. Let me see if there's anything worth chatting about
as well.
Yeah, man. Before we move on, there he is. Big up Shay, man. Big up the legend. 2 real ones on screen. Big yourself up, my bro. BBK in the house as well. Big yourself up. Make sure you go and like and subscribe to him and to Shane and to Yasser. Link is in the chat. Links in the description. Peace and love to everyone. Let me just see if there's anything else worth mentioning before we move on. Don't really look like it. So, boom, top 4 Conference League winners. Yeah, obviously earlier on it was title talk, you know what I mean? But we know that weren't, I've heard Chelsea fans say that weren't ever the aim, not from the club anyway. It was always to try and get back into the top 4. So objectives met, bro. Objectives met. So what is the, where I'm not gonna say where you are currently because I've just said it, but what's the goals next season realistically? Like in the league, and the Champions League even, what do you feel like you can do?
For me, like this is the thing, yeah. Obviously, we kind of we hit our targets this season, like you said, yeah. But it's still in our minds, we still feel like we're behind, and the only reason we do that is because that Poch season. Right? If we had hit top four that season, I did what we needed, we would be challenging this season. And if you didn't win anything, like if you didn't win the league this season, you would have been at least saying, you know what, this is the season now where we're gonna have to win the league. Do you kind of get it? Where that kind of thing. However, having not hit top four that's the last season, and bringing in a manager that like we did from the championship, although he won the league with or the championship, so it's not like he's completely like announced he didn't won anything. But
Mm.
and you see the team that he's actually brought up to the Prem. He was cooking with that Leicester team. You know what I mean? Now that team came up and couldn't do anything, which is even when Leicester played, yeah. Some of the players, I think when they scored against Tottenham, someone said in the interview afterwards, we had to revert to Maresca ball in our own minds. So we had to play the way because we basically done out how we used to play with Maresca to get that goal. It was nothing to do with the current manager. I think we had Steve Cooper or something like that. Like it's mad, yeah. But at the same time, obviously we come in, we added all these players. You now have to see what goes on. The problem with adding so many players sometimes is the bedding in period. Some
Right.
players get in it, some players don't. They might not get the same amount of game, like minutes. There's so many aspects to it, and because we are doing things so different. I don't know what you think from an outside view, but I'm not sure you can say you've seen this kind of business done before, whether it's spending the billion, whether it's the amount of players coming in and out. The only thing that I think we've shown recently is that it don't matter that you have that excuse that you hear where is he gonna play if you bring him in? Oh,
Right.
if you're gonna bring Mbeumo, where's Saka playing? Or where if you bring in this guy, where's that guy gonna play?
Yeah.
We don't that we kind of got rid of that myth, innit? Because we had Nkunku on the bench, Sancho on the bench, Felix on the bench, and they all sat on the bench patiently until they got brought on. You know what I mean?
Mm.
The problem is you have to manage that. So if the player starts to feel like, yo, I should be playing here, and he's not playing, is when the unrest starts to happen, innit? Because man's like, okay, cool, he's thinking it out. Why am I not playing? You know, like, yo, why are you not letting me play when which is like a Ethan thing with, let's say, Odegaard, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
younger, so he's probably just gonna be like, listen, I'm not trying to ruin my little thing that I've got
Yeah.
going on with the manager and that. But that's the thing. Um, that's kind of the thing. Other than that, obviously they've been doing this whole let's get younger players. By the time the team, because remember our players managed to get experience playing with the team, so we
Mm.
actually the young players that everyone said that we bought, most of them played now and managed to get a trophy, which is one of the reasons why we got this conference league thing. Yeah, the reason we fell into the conference league in the first place was because United beat City in the FA Cup, so we were supposed to be in Europa League. Yeah, so
Right.
I could have been coming here, yeah, and Tottenham would have won the trophy. You blame United. You know what I'm saying? We would blame United because they took that off us, mate. You know what I mean? But that's why
Okay.
we found ourselves in there. Because people always keep telling us why you're in Conference League, why in the Conference League, and all that. But
Mm.
that's how we found ourselves in the Conference League.
Right. Right. And if you're in it, you got to win it, bro, and you did.
And look, and I was happy because we've basically done what was expected from us and what I expect from my team. I said my team's gonna win it, and my team won it. Does that make sense? That's the
Yeah. Of
important thing, is that you know what, you end up doing it. We've done
course.
that. And now is for me, I can't definitely tell you what we might want to do next season. I think it depends on the business, because the business what you do in the summer is similar to whether how you would tell me confidently is Arsenal winning the league next season or not, in terms of what you think, innit? But
Yeah.
for me, I regardless of what our business is gonna be, I still feel like as for me, I have to aim to at least challenge for the league. Yeah. Now, if I fall short, I'm gonna do the Arsenal context thing and say, "Yo, context." You know, I got a context. But no, I'm joking. But it's like this is the thing, though. We'll see what happened in the season. Which players that we need, or what is it that we don't have, yeah, or what is not working. What do we need to upgrade to actually be able to challenge? Do you
Right.
get it?
And this is what I was gonna
Um,
ask you though. This is what I was gonna ask you. So to round it up, like, so you're saying at least the challenge in the league, yeah.
yeah,
Because like I said, and I'll ask this question in a minute, but at least the challenge in the league, and then because I am gonna ask you about the pieces that you think you're gonna need to do that in a sec. So at least the challenge in the league, and then Champions League, my brother. What do you think's realistic? It's obviously the first time back in it for a couple of years. You know, what do you think? What do you think is realistic? I asked the same thing to Hotspur Cave as well. He was saying just quarters ain't. It depends on the business in the summer, kind of like what you alluded to. But
that's his
just say that
quarters.
you,
Yo,
yeah,
yo, someone tell Jay to check on himself, bro. Look at the trophy. He's telling us about the
bro,
quarters.
big up Jay, bro. But I'm saying, bro, at the end of the day, it's not like Tottenham ain't got money, bro. It's just if they do what you've been doing, and I have seen it before because I was there before Roman, after
Yeah,
Roman, and now with
mm,
this new lot. It's uncle views. You get me? I've been there for a minute, so
yeah, yeah.
I have seen Chelsea move like that before. Not with a billion. Obviously, the levels have changed, but you were getting like 50 million players, and no one had ever even heard of that kind of shit before. Do you understand what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
just assume that all of the pieces are there, or the few pieces that you think you need. Just
Yeah,
assume that it gets done, right?
yeah, yeah.
What's your realistic aim for the Champions League, my bro?
Oh, Champions League. I think at least is it quarters before the semis, isn't it? Yeah. So
Hmm.
at least the quarters was semi-final, bro. Obviously, I'm gonna aim to win it, but I'm looking at
Hmm.
I'm looking at how far do I think this team can get
Yeah.
with the experience, with the ability of the players, with the manager. That's how I'm looking at it. I think getting far and getting all these players to have that Champions League experience. Sometimes you just have to do that and then build on that. Do you know what I mean? Or you see what opportunity there is. Maybe a PSG goes out early. Maybe a Real Madrid goes out early. Does that make sense? And then all of a
Mm,
sudden, I'll go from telling you semi-final to now we have to win it. Because that's the thing with cup competitions here. Depending on the circumstance or what's happening, your aim changes like quickly.
mhm, mhm,
Right.
mhm.
So I remember when we beat Atletico Madrid in the Champions League on the Tuchel, when I was like, yeah, we're winning this, bro. You know what I mean? If you beat that team the way we did, Real Madrid's next. That team's next. You know what I mean? You used to feel that.
Right.
But those things take a bit of time, Champions League.
Mm,
But
mm,
you see how many years it took Chelsea to win one. With that, look at the team. We went all the way at the end with the team that we had here. But it's about taking the opportunity. You know what I
mhm,
mean? And that's what I'm gonna be looking at to do. When it
mhm.
comes to just the league itself, obviously it's minimum challenging, and then we'll see what else happens. But
Facts.
listen, don't ask me about the whole FA Cup, Carabao Cup thing. For me, it's standard, innit? You just aim to win those, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You
Every
aim to
season, bro. It
challenge it
doesn't matter where you are in the table. You just aim to win
straight,
those. If you
straight.
don't end up winning those, okay, cool. Have you done anything else? Because for
Mm,
me, if you
mm.
don't win the league, you don't win the Champions League, but you manage to do the cup double, or you manage to get one of the trophies there, it's not as bad as not as bad as a season, because you're still left with something, innit?
Right, right,
Now,
right.
it may not be good for your standards as where you are, what club you support, and how whatever. Cool,
Winning
but it's
is
still
winning, bro.
you leaving the season with something, bro.
Winning is winning. And I always stand by that, man. There's only so many opportunities you get to do the thing that football was there to do, sort of thing. Do you get me? So winning it is winning. Absolutely. Big up Why Not? He said, laugh out loud. I'm an original hater. United, CFC, Tottenham winning another Europa before us. I still would have been mad, of course. Big up Shane. He's bigging up Everest and Gav. Why Not also saying, let me go up there. What's he saying there? Come off that one. CFC challenge up until Xmas, February, April. Maybe. I mean, like I said, we'll have to just wait and see what they'll do in the summer, but we will get Yasser's point of view on that in just a
Okay, okay.
second.
I got it now.
Yeah,
I got it.
yeah. We'll get that from you just a second. Of course, Everest, you're always supporting the channel. Big up, man. Big up, Shane. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Yasser, to Shane, BBK, anyone who makes content in the chat. Big yourself up. Yeah, man. So obviously, I feel like for the Premier League teams, if they have a good window, then the quarter should be standard for any team that's in it from the Premier League. And in my humble opinion, that's just that on that. So for me, I was saying to Ladamus, I only feel like you lot only need three pieces in it: a goalkeeper, which looks like you're kind of addressing, a
Mhm.
striker, which looks like you're kind of addressing, and probably a centre back. maybe to go with Fofana or whatever. So that's what I think you guys would need to be challengers. Maybe I don't know. You could let me know in terms of whether you think you'd need more.
I don't know. I haven't heard a lot of links with centre backs, which is a bit strange, but at the same time, I'm thinking that we have these 2 windows right now. Yeah, we got 2 windows. So what I think is happening is they're just trying to get some of their targets or some of their 8 players that they want to get done in the first part, and then they can focus on all the other parts that they want to do at the end. But there's some players that they think that they should be getting in that first part or 10 days, whatever it is that this window is going to be open for, and it before the Club World Cup. So right now we've just been linked to strikers. The goalkeeper one was a bit random. We got linked to Kudus yesterday or today, I think. We got
Really?
linked to, yeah, they're saying £85 million. So we'll see, we'll see what happens there. It's not just us. I'm pretty sure 4 clubs got linked to it, but I don't remember who it was. But Kudus is another one. We've been linked to, yeah, not really midfielders, obviously, because we got Santos coming. We've got the guy from Sporting, Asugo. He's going to be Caicedo's backup. Estevao is going to be a winger or 10, that kind of thing. So we have players that we bought that are coming in. So it's almost like we don't have to spend money now. We've already spent some of the money a couple of years back, or last year.
Right.
Kind of invested in this transfer window for when they come in. Obviously, the striker, we got one. We still linked to Ekatike with the links. They doing holding the whole contract talks and seeing how they want to negotiate this money that they keep talking about, 84 million at the time. So I don't know exactly what's going on with that for Ekatike. And who else was it? You know which one's dying? The Osterman whole thing's dying. It looks like he's speaking to Hilal from what I heard. Yeah,
Really?
So he might go Saudi.
Yeah,
He might go Saudi, and there's some links I had in from like the what's it called, Saudi and stuff like that, saying that Osimhen looks like it's basically almost done. So
yeah, I saw that as well. Sorry.
yeah. So some Arab like known journalist in Arab in Saudi that was saying it. So it could still not be, because remember they've got the Inzaghi thing done. They're trying to get that Hernandez left back from AC Milan. That AC Milan team just being destroyed, bro. Like it's just being put to pieces. You know what I mean? And then who else was it? So yeah, so the striker thing was still linked to Gyökeres as well, and his agent was in our first game against City. He was there in the stand, so it's not someone that we don't know or whatever.
Right.
The only issue, though, only thing that I remember hearing was that one of our sporting directors used to be there when Gyökeres was there at Brighton. Now this is the thing that doesn't work in my favor. Is that he was promised something by these sporting directors or one of them, and they never ended up doing their bit or their part.
Right.
So there may be bad feeling between Gyökeres and him, because remember you got what's it called, fool me once, shame on you, innit? He's not trying to do it twice.
Yeah.
So unless they willing to bury it and kind of move on, maybe Gyökeres thinking, right, I can go play for a big club kind of thing. I'm not gonna let that affect me, whatever it is. Then maybe, but if they spend the money, he might forget about that. You know, if you give him the wages, he might forget about whatever problem he had.
Money talks, bro. Money talks. I mean, Shane Goon is saying Chelsea gonna spend big this summer. Obviously, I'm here with you. You would have been looking more at the Chelsea news than me, because I don't look for it, obviously. You know, what is the plan?
Sorry, views. Yeah, sorry.
Go on.
This is why we kept talking about top 4, because that would have determined how our club would have been moving. The way our club, we would have just been buying kids if we didn't make top 4, because they would have said, you know what, let's just hit that first before we start getting these players that we're gonna keep asking us for 300-400k a week or 200, whatever. But we just want to keep everyone in a wage cap here, because we want to control the way our wages go.
Which is good. That is good. It is good, because obviously, like Osimhen, I thought he was a done deal last year to Chelsea, to be honest. I think it's because he wants that 300k after tax. I think that's what it is. That's you know what I'm saying? That's killing his whole thing. But you know, Al Hilal, you know, doing what they do best. Do you think Chelsea are gonna spend big though? I mean, obviously, yes, getting into the Champions League means that you can, but is that what you're kind of expecting as the fans now to really kind of kick on?
Yeah, but I don't know what spending big means. Like, because my spending big is different to your spending big.
Oh, facts. And to be honest, you guys have spent big in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Let's not
we've
even
already spent
uh,
money. So it depends on how you look at it. But if I think if you're thinking we're just gonna get like a Gyökeres, a Zubimendi, a Reinders, or like the 60, 70 million pound players here, I don't think we're gonna do that. I think they're just gonna either get the players that they think suit the system,
mm,
suit the. Because remember, I think what they've done is already have a way of. They've already established the way they want to play. Got the manager for that. So now just keep buying players. Now, even if this manager gets sacked, they have because everything's already sorted.
everything's in place. Yeah,
The manager comes in and does his thing. That's
yeah,
kind of already been sorted out.
yeah.
Possession-based football and whatever they want to play, they've already kind of established that in it. So for them, it's more bringing what's it called? Bringing bro. Why would I be scared of Newcastle if they couldn't get Mbeumo from United, bro?
I ain't
I'm
even
not.
got to
I'm
ask
not.
it yet.
When I
Go
say we're linked to Kudus, I'm not saying we're getting him and no one else can get him. If they get
on.
him, then they get him. Like,
Mm.
yeah, you
I
move
think
to the
I
next
think you
town.
will be active. Yeah, I think you will be active. When I say even spend big, like I don't know. I feel like you'll be active though, and I feel like you're kind of already identifying the positions that you need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and it already looks like there's more kind of concrete movement than a lot of clubs, especially for Mainan, which I think is a big thing for you guys. But big up, why not for that anyway?
And it's
Shane,
about spending the money. You know what it is? You know this because remember the Mudrik thing when that happened, yeah? Our owners are never shy to pull up and spend the money if they want to. They've
yeah,
done it with Caicedo, they've done it with Lavia, they've done it with.
yeah,
We have cases there to show. The only problem
that's
is
what the issue with Chelsea. Yeah,
because we haven't seen them here for long enough. We don't have enough data to predict what they're doing. So as a Chelsea fan, it's very let's just wait and see. Like
right.
even now, yeah, you get told that man's telling you they only want to pay 8 million or 8.4 million for Maniani, and you're thinking, right, what? I thought they were just gonna. I'm waiting to get the here we go. You're telling me they're still trying to lowball them,
Right,
but it's like you didn't expect it. But with you, like, a lot of the times, Arsenal fans, yeah, even you, North Side, you man can predict what your owner's gonna do. You tell me, look at Lee. He been telling us Zubimendi's not coming, bro.
bro.
Now he's talking to us about the mountains and Sebastian, San Sebastian again, bro.
Bro, hold on, hold on,
Bro,
hold on, hold on. This cooking, bro. Let me just quickly give a quick air horn because this is what I've been saying. Shane's been saying it. I've been saying it. Aaron's been saying it. You know what I mean? It's just PR. We know it. But yes, you're absolutely right. We don't know what you guys are gonna do, and this is what we wanted from our team. From our team.
mhm,
You know what I mean? Big up Ismi Everest. Chelsea is never shy of spending no matter what happens. Ruthless thing. And I've got to
mhm,
rate it. Like I said, even if you don't, when I say I think you lot are gonna move this summer, I don't mean me personally like big money. I just think that you're gonna identify who you need and
okay,
and,
yeah.
and get them in. Do you know, and be active.
Mhm,
That obviously segues me to kind of like my last question before I ask about you and your channel. Your manager, bro, obviously Maresca. Um,
mhm.
I personally thought he might have meant, and I think I said this to you before, he might have mentally kind of like
The
let
title race thing. Yeah,
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 yeah, with the whole title thing, yeah. But is he the guy to take you lot forward? He's hit your aims, top four.
yeah.
He's done a Denzel. He's left with something. Do you get me?
Mhm.
Like, do you look at him like, yeah, I'm confident that he's the guy to take us into the champs and take us into this challenge next year, bro.
You know what it is? It's one of them situations where I just want to wait and see. Like I want him to go there and show us what he's got. Because my thing is this year, if he goes there and fails, it's time to pack your bags. You know what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that. Like I'm not gonna say give him 2 years, 3 years to see what he does in the Champions League. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
he shows me that he's not good in that, because look, for me, it's unfair for me to say I don't think he's good enough. I'm not gonna give him a chance. It's time, go pack your bags. I don't believe in you, kind of thing. When man ended the season well, innit? Like
right.
because if you really look at it, the way our season was meant to be is like difficult games, easy games, difficult games. Like if you had to get an idea of how our season was, yeah,
Right.
we done well in the difficult games. All right, in the beginning, that's why people talk to us about title race. Kind of messed up this whole easy run, which made the hard run that was coming up more difficult and more important.
Yeah.
So we've won. I think we were one of the most informed teams in that, and that was also part of the reason because you guys were in the Champions League, not taking the league seriously, whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was a bit different, but we won most of our games. And I remember that watching Mons and all these people saying, "There's no way Chelsea gonna be all these teams to get there." When look, they've got Forest, Newcastle,
Mm,
United, Liverpool, whatever, whatever. So
mm,
even though Liverpool's on the beach and other players were not, we got, like I said, it's the situation you face. You have to take
exactly.
advantage of the situation.
Facts.
Liverpool's on the beach. Even if they can beat people, even if they're on the beach, you still have to do your job. Go there, beat them
Yeah.
comfortably. You guys remember when you went over there? They were supposed to be on the beach at that game as well, and then all of a sudden you were behind, and you had
Yeah,
to
2-0,
catch up
bro.
at the end. So it's about doing your job in it. So I'm happy with the way he done it, and I know it's going to be. I had to give him a bit more time than other managers because I knew from the beginning his inexperience. So I can't judge him as if we bring like an Angelotti or and any
Right,
of those top managers because he
right.
was supposed to know how this works. He's been here for ages. I expect you to kind of get the ship running from
Yeah,
early and get your thing
yeah,
going from early.
yeah.
He's also meeting like players who like the young players, but also how can I say this, man? They their confidence were all shot because of how the season before went.
Right.
Like you, a manager not playing in the right position, you're losing games. The fans are on you. Everyone's on everyone. Like so, it's just difficult. Even Caicedo came out and said, "Bro, listen, I'm scared to keep stepping on this pitch at Stamford Bridge because the fans keep getting on to me."
Yeah.
And at that time, he was being left on his own in midfield because remember Gallagher used to play in the 10 and he used to play in so he been overrun, everyone laughing at him saying, "Is that how you spend 100 million on da 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 da?" So it's like we knew from that time the structure's not there. You can't tell someone to play freestyle football with no structure. At
Mm,
least they need to know where they're going to be.
mhm.
And so I knew that this guy basically, if he's going to do this all, I have my very, very strict way of playing, then we need to let man do his thing. And then obviously, but I still need to see a way of playing. I need to see some results. I need to see improvements in players. So for
Yeah.
me to end, for this team to end, let's say with the third best defense in the league, when everyone laughs at my centre backs and my goalkeeper, and if you look at it,
Yeah.
most of the goals we've conceded, if you remember, are all goalkeeper mistake, maybe
Right.
you know what I mean? What's the other guy's name? Colwell making a mistake, someone tackling
Right.
someone in the box, and like all these individual errors that lead into our us conceding.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, yo, if you get someone in and the goalkeeper gets sorted out, that's very bad. Like all of a sudden,
It's
those
different.
mistakes get erased. That's a lot of goals we don't concede.
It's different. Yeah.
So, so I'm looking at it like that, and I'm saying, if this manager can add the quality he needs, because it's a weird one. Because even when we attack, we create so much chances but we ain't got a finisher, bro. Like,
It's like
so
Arsenal.
he's not even a bit like Arsenal. Arsenal don't always create a lot of chances, but that's only because the way you play. Right
Mm,
now, this season, remember every season you play differently. This season he was sit back the most of the season, so you're not really gonna create much, or at least if you're gonna decide to play that way, you need to have clinical players, right?
mhm,
It's similar to when you remember you play a Stoke or someone.
yeah.
It's only they defend the whole game, and then what? 89th minute, the one corner, one cross, one
One
counter
more,
attack, they
bro.
get their goal, innit? Because
Yeah.
so the way I was looking at it is like, okay, cool. You need to just make sure that if you get a player in there who's just a natural striker, knows where he's gonna be, can finish, we all of a sudden win some of the games that we couldn't win or we weren't winning. So from there, it's like I can see the jump. We just have to make sure we get those players that help us make that jump. My issue for this summer, yeah, is that the left wing market is horrendous, bro. I'm man are
It's
telling me about Leao, Nico
nice.
Williams,
Both.
Gittins. Like, brother, this is why I was a bit disappointed about Sancho not staying in it. But at the same time, if it comes up that he wants 200k, we're not trying to give him 200k, whatever it was at the time, then cool. Because if you really enjoyed your football, this is the thing. If you really enjoyed your football and you're a Chelsea fan from young, forget about the money, bro. We're not gonna give you Palmer money because I think Palmer's on 190. So if Palmer's not on 200k, what makes you think you're gonna come on here and just have a let's say 7 out of 10 loan move kind of thing, if you want to call it, and you expect me to give you 200k?
Is that what the
200k?
sticking point was? Because I just thought you guys just weren't feeling him. Do you know what I mean? To be fair,
No,
like,
bro. Listen, me personally, I'm a bit biased, and I love Sancho. I think he's a like proper baller, innit?
yeah,
But my thing is, you need to. This is what I used to tell you about. Not every left winger is a goal scoring winger, or not every winger can score
right.
goals, innit? Some of these wingers are failed strikers, bro. So they
Mm,
just slap them on the wing, and then all of a sudden they kind of provide you what usual left wingers don't provide you. What I grew up on was the wingers create for the striker, innit? So if you
yeah,
got a gunman up front, your job's to assist the striker. When you get by in line, you're crossing it in. If you cut in on your, because remember, like when I was younger, I never used to see as much
in
inverted
front.
wingers, innit?
No, of course
So
not. Yeah,
they used to put you on the right when you're right footed, so you can cross
yeah,
the ball in. However, then it became a thing where they used to swap it. But then you can also get the goals, or you can get those back post crosses, whatever, like what Saka does, back post kind of cross, yeah. And it's one of them where if you score goals and you assist the striker, that's a bonus. That's how I used to. Well, that's how we used to look at it anyway.
yeah, yeah.
And then later
Facts.
on, it became goal scoring wingers because some
Yeah,
teams started having Robin Ribery and all that on the wing scoring goals. So it
yeah,
became a thing.
yeah.
Even like obviously, even before that, he had gigs and that scoring goals from the wing. So not nothing, but it's one of them things where like if you keep looking at it, it's just he's not a goal scoring winger. Like he's always like Sancho's always excelled playing with a striker. He had Haaland at Dortmund. He had CR7 at United, Cavani. He had Fulkrug that season. He got to the final of the Champions League. So he's one of them players that will just pass the ball straight into what's it called? Um, Haaland holds the ball and he makes the outside run. You get it, and then he could just pass the ball behind whatever. Like this, he's more of a link-up player. So when he came, and we do the thing that Arsenal does, where we have these inverted fullbacks. They get it. So if you watch Sancho's debut, Dortmund, he had Cucurella overlapping constantly, and he had a 10 out of 10. Like from the bench, I was like, this is a 10 out of 10 performance. I was on Carefree Lewis's stream that time doing the
Big up.
watch along, bro. Bro, it was like, is that did we get him for 25 million? It was one of those, bro. It's like no way. But um we started then when we started playing him without the overlapping winger, you take, even though he can be unpredictable because he's a player that can manipulate the ball, all of that, yeah.
Mhm.
But just simple overlap can do so much for a winger, bro.
Of
People
course.
just don't understand. Some
Mhm.
people think, oh no, but brother, I don't need another short left back just going into midfield. Just let him overlap just for that
Overlap.
one time, create the extra space
Mhm.
or unpredictability for the opposition's fullback, and then you may have, as a winger, you can just pull that ball through now
Yeah,
because he's moved across.
yeah.
So the centre back doesn't know if that striker is going to run across, or you can take that position and go towards the striker. That is a weird one, isn't it?
No,
So
no,
he's
it's a
kind of
great
struggled
point.
with that, huh?
It's a great point, man. The overlap it's so important, man. It's so important. We definitely miss it on our left side. It's unbalanced. Big
Very
up
much,
Shane. Yeah,
very much.
sorry. Let me just big up Shane. Saying Yasser with some fantastic insights. Proper football
Big up
man.
Shane.
Yeah, man. Big up BBK in the building. He needs to go
Man.
back to Dortmund. He's talking about Jadon Sancho. Shane saying Overmars really set off the whole inverted winger thing in England. Weren't many before him. Definitely none as effective. Yeah, Overmars he was on
Yeah.
smoke, bruv. Do you get me?
Mm.
But yeah, so obviously just to kind of round back to the manager. So you kind of obviously, yeah, you can't really say I want to change the manager after he's hit all of your targets.
Hmm.
And you're kind of relatively confident as long as he gets to pieces, he's going to be the man to kind of take you into the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Because look, at the end of the day, what they've done, what my ownership has done, is basically they have tried to do this whole scouting a manager thing. You know, you know. Basically, they tried to say, you know what, we're gonna find that one of them upcoming gems manager, whatever, and then if
Mm,
he's the one, we can just keep him here long term.
yeah.
Similar to the Arteta thing, but you get the thing where they want to keep one manager in and everything goes well. The
Right.
problem is we know from what happened to previous managers that they're not going to stand for not getting top four, because that's what Poch got sacked for.
Right.
Um, we as a fan base we don't need it because bro, people wanted him out. Like we lost against Newcastle, people were already saying it's sell Jackson, yeah, and get rid of this manager straight away. Do you get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think he should at least get this. He's warranted getting that extra season. And then what I'll do,
Yeah.
exactly what I've done this season, which is by the end of the season, I'll assess the season,
Mm.
and let you know that okay, cool. You know what, he's failed. Or because what happens is you go look through the season and you can say, you know what, this guy, like this team fell off. Because remember this season, we didn't know City was gonna fall off the way they did. We
No.
didn't really expect Liverpool to be as high as they were. We didn't expect like Arsenal to be there about or not performing as well as they did the season before in terms of footballing wise. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's called taking the opportunity. Even finding ourselves in that top four spot or challenging at the time. Cool. Okay, let's take this up. Let's take this.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunity. So for me, I think he was warranted the extra season, and then
Yeah.
that's what happens in the season will also determine whether I think he's done well or not. But it could
Mm.
also mean that by the end of the season, I can tell you, you know what, it's time to pack your bag, mate. You know what I mean? So
I
it's
love
not
it.
far in between. Do
Yeah,
you
I
know what I
love
mean?
it
It's not
because
far in
Arsenal
between.
fans take note. Arsenal fans take note. All this getting attached, man. Big up BBK's got a question here. Quickly said, is the lap meant to be your number one or backup two and future number one?
So, okay, so we thought that maybe the lap's going to be our number two. We'll sign another striker, maybe an Ekatike and someone else, maybe a Yokeres and
Bucharest
or
in
Osherman at
Singapore.
the time. You
Mm.
get them, get Dalap as number two. Either Jackson becomes number three, you loan him out or sell him, whatever, because we never know how he was gonna react. And by the way, he got 0 Premier League goals. Huh?
Look at this guy, Robbo. He's always on jokes, this
Once
guy.
he got our money
Big
back,
up, Robbo.
all his wages.
Big
Yeah.
up, Robbo.
Well, we're not the ones but dropped him off at the Emirates, So you
I
guys
know,
picked him
bro.
up from Stamford Bridge.
I know. I was saying
But
after Southampton, we should have just dropped him off. Don't even go back to the Emirates. We have to go via Stamford Bridge first to get me and drop off a package. You know what I'm saying?
But this is
Return.
the thing though, like when it comes to the striker thing, we've heard some briefings coming out saying that Delap and Jackson gonna be fighting for number one, which tells me that if I base it on both of them, you know what's mad? If I base it on, I thought that maybe we'll get a striker and then Delap might be number two or something. But what I'm hearing is that from the briefings we got out recently, which even shocked us, was they were saying that Delap and Jackson might be fighting for number one spot, and then Ekitike might be playing at a left wing, or he might they want to find him a different. I think they might be trying to play this fluid system thing, front three thing, or
Okay.
whatever it is. So I don't know until we start playing it. The good thing is obviously we got the Club World Cup coming, so we might see some stuff
Yeah. Yeah.
earlier than the league.
A good indication. Yeah.
And maybe if what's the guy's name? If Ikatika comes in, because he's not here yet,
Mm-hmm.
if he comes in and he, plays so well in the nine, he's gonna be forced to play him in the nine. If
Mm.
Delap comes in and he plays really well in the nine, he's gonna be forced to play him at some point because then it's undeniable, and like,
Mhm.
okay, this is working so well, we can't take him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at least you have that option. Because this is the thing, yeah. I've learned from last season where you don't get players, and then you start going, okay, when's the January transfer window, guys? When's it? Because as soon as the window closes, yeah, and you realize, okay, this is what's wrong with our team now, because you start to see him play,
Mm.
and it's never the same as pre-season. Like,
Mm.
we got slapped by Man City and Haaland, yeah, in pre-season. Faced them in the first game of the season, and we looked levels, bro. And I was like, this is not the same. You know what I mean? This
Right.
can't be the same. But when you realize something's missing, you're like, you know what, this is crazy. Man said we have Igal Jackson. Yeah.
You want to know something? I call
It's
him
one
Mike
of those,
Jackson,
yeah.
bro.
It's just peak one. Like
Go on.
Jackson, my thing with Jackson is that his all round play is so good. just finishing. His issue's finishing, isn't it?
Mm.
Big up Yana. His issue's finishing. So if he sorts out his finishing, then we should in the future. Then it is what it is. But he's also got into from what I heard, he's got into football late. So I think he might have slightly got into football when you guys played Villarreal. Was that 22? Was that around 22?
When did we play Villarreal?
That season Emery was manager.
Yeah, so that weren't 22. That must have been like 19 or just before that, because Arteta coming around then, and it won the FA Cup in 20. So
just after that, a couple of years after. So
Yeah.
I think he's around that. He was there when Emery was around there, and he's one of them late bloomers. So there's a lot. He's got moved from left wing to up front. So he just misses those. I think, yo, Mr. Robbie, you need to be careful, you know. 'Cause once you speak to my accountants, yeah, the instinct you might end up in the Emirates, yeah, stinking it out.
I'm telling you, bro.
Bro, if you don't get any of your targets, you know what your club's gonna do, bro. They might just call us up and say, yo, we need an insurance policy.
Let me just say, don't throw stones when you live in a glass house, bro. Arsenal, we can't afford to banter anyone right now. That's why.
Nkunku's up for sale. Madueke is up for sale as well.
We'll get them
Newcastle
both.
was interested. Brother, he can be very good backup for Saka. You've been feeling for that for a while, yeah. We got false 9 that does not a 9, and you got a right winger, bro. But yeah, so you got, obviously that's the thing for us. So it's about just making sure you get the targets. Like the way I'm not one of them people that likes to be, because remember in this space you get called negative a lot. Like obviously it's more of an Arsenal thing that they like to call you negative because the way how divided your fan base is. Right. So usually what happens is that they'll call the people that tell the truth negative, but you're not being negative. Does that make sense?
Of course.
But we actually have people that are negative. Like there's people that annoy their ownership for not buying Mannion and just spending their money. Right. Nah, this is not good. Like another player they haven't got, but you don't know what happened yet. How about you lose your head when you realize the negotiations broken down, kind of thing? Right. Wait a little bit. Right. Like even for us, yeah, obviously I blame Arsenal for a lot of things. I blame you for the context. You ruined the word context.
Everyone does.
I can't say context anymore without everyone giving me dirty look. I can't say patience because then I say, yo, well, you want to give him 5 years. But for me, this season, even when things weren't going bad, I was like, listen, let me just wait to the end of the season. If this manager doesn't get top 4, or if he doesn't hit the targets, we can speak about him in the way that we need to speak about him. Sometimes patience is key. Like, I'm not saying 5-10 years and you know what, we'll assess his job kind of thing, but at the same time, I can't stress myself every month about something that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I get it.
Because what some people do is they're stressed every single day about something, and then it works out. So what have you been stressing about?
Right. So let me ask you then. Do you have top Chelsea and bottom Chelsea?
So I don't know. It's top Chelsea. What's top Chelsea like? What?
Well, you know about top Gooners. We call bottom Gooners.
Okay. Nah, we don't really have top Gooners like ultra positives and that. We don't have those.
No.
We have people that rate the players that aren't that good because they like them. We have those. And then we have the ones that I call alarmists. It's like it's like an OCD thing. Like trust me, it's an OCD thing. If something gets moved the way they don't like, that's it. Everything's wrong. Like everything's gone wrong. The ownership's gone. Everyone has to go. This is not going right. And you just think, bro, this still like, I get that it doesn't look good right now, but let's wait to the end and see, because then if it doesn't work out, you cook as much as you want.
Right.
But if it does work out, the same people that were getting onto Maresca saying they want him out and everything, you know, when we got to Forest, they were celebrating, bro.
Yeah.
They were celebrating. And I'm not saying man can't celebrate because we all support the same club, yeah. But the point I'm making is you were just slandering man's name left, right, and center just to end up celebrating at the end. So there was no need for that additional slander. Like, you kind of get it?
No, I get it. Of course, I understand it. But you know, like when it's people's whole lives, bro. Because it's like for me, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like for me, yeah. Like especially with Arsenal, I've definitely like in life, I'm not really like that, but with Arsenal, I definitely am. Do you get it? Because I've been around long enough to see the same old repetition. With you, like I'd say it's a little bit different because you lot are winning things. You've won things this year. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you, so yeah, with you, like I can see a little bit where maybe just wait and see what's going on. But like I said, that's just
Yeah,
from the
but
outside.
this is what I'm saying. This is why I don't get like. I hear it from Arsenal fans, yeah, because I know that. Okay, cool. I've been seeing this guy moan about the same thing for 4 years. Like, you can't call him negative because man's been telling you about this 4 years, and he was just we spoke like in the summer. Look what's happening now. You know what I mean? Like the things people are moaning about are actually happening. Or when we say certain things as rivals, or we assess certain things or see things happen that we're not used to or doesn't happen at our club, kind of thing, whatever. We see, okay, cool. This might turn out this way because it doesn't look good, whatever. No one might be seeing it in your fan base that you keep warning them about, and then it happens. So I can't call you negative. This is the difference. There's a difference between calling it out and just people like this is the thing that we had. This I have a screenshot from someone that always comes in my chat. I think when we had the bad run, this manager's rubbish. He will never make top 4 and he won't win the Conference League. Now I don't care about what people say. I'm like, okay, cool, that's your opinion. There's nothing for me to say. So he comes in like Chelsea, like he comes on Lewis's chat, all these Chelsea fans. He's always there, innit?
Right.
And then he kept saying it, and he got onto it. Like he got on, and we're like, brother, like have some positivity. Like this is what we like about football, innit? Okay, cool. Maybe we're not in a good period now, but let's at least try to be positive. Because bro, like I can't do the whole negative thing 24/7. Because then it wears on you, and it like you're always angry, bro. My team's not doing well. At least see the good, but and because sometimes it can transfer onto people as well. But it becomes a mindset thing, innit? Where I want to see the good in people, but also, you know what I'm saying, hope that things can turn out well. If they don't, then cool. This is my time to cook or rant, whatever. I do my thing now because I've given you that leeway to show me what you're gonna do,
Right.
and it hasn't worked out, or you haven't done your job properly. So now I can do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them ones. So, bro, man are telling me we're not making top 4. I'm like, brother, there's 4 months left of the season. Arsenal can drop out, or Liverpool might not even win the league yet. We don't even know. So how about we wait till we get to the end?
No, it's part of the game as well, though. You know, like especially on here, because you know, social media, it weren't around back in the day, so the banter levels like go through the roof. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, you know, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. You know, content needs to content, if you know what I mean. But yeah, man, very insightful. Obviously, I'm just looking at the time. I've obviously got to shoot, but let me ask you about you and your channel, my bro. Make sure you guys Playback Gang, the people in the chat, press his name. His name is in the description. The link is in the chat as well. Make sure you go and subscribe to Yasser, bro. Like what are you doing over there on your channel, bro? What can people find over there?
Yeah, so I've haven't had too much time to do what I want to do on the channel. So I've been just working on doing the match reactions, whatever. So I know that the Club World Cup's coming up, so I'm probably gonna do some the watch alongs and the match reactions for those. Yeah, man, I'm gonna start getting into the whole transfer news thing. I just don't like this whole waffling on the transfer thing. You know what I mean? Like you've seen what the Fabrizio said. Now you want me to tell you something I don't know yet. So I'm just gonna be, you know what I mean? I don't know either, bro. I'm just basically reading it out in front of you. So you have to find something to do. I'm gonna probably do some reaction videos and stuff like that I want to be doing. You know what I'm saying, on the side. You know what I'm saying, just to bring up more content and move it, bro. Because this is the thing, I've been blessed enough to when I done YouTube and done watch reactions, I had a lot of demand in the chat, people coming through, whatever. And you know how this thing is, bro. Like it can get lonely in this streaming thing when no one's there. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons I used to pull up on the whole subscribers thing, because I'm like, bro, like it's cool, of course, chatting to the chat's always lit. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that, but it's like when you get someone on, kind of time goes quick, and you have a conversation. You can bring up something, I can bring up something, and all of a sudden we don't know what time it is no more. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you like doing it. So it kind of makes the whole thing a bit more enjoyable. But at the same time, because bro, the legends that we would work with, like Lee and Rance and all these people that we speak to, their chat just flies, so they don't even have to think of a topic. You know what I'm saying? The topic might just pop up in the chat, and then
Yeah.
you just get, you know what I mean? But for us, it's about you have to plan everything out, because if you don't have everything planned out, your chat's dead for that day, because everyone else's life, or like a Champions League final or something, or a big game. Like I remember the Real Madrid. I think it was when James scored 2 free kicks, bro. I had like 2 people in my chat. The first time ever, I had like almost no one in there, like 2 people. I'm so happy for that.
Of
But I'm
course.
saying, compared to like the usual 9 or 10, whatever I
Mm.
usually have in the chat, yeah.
Mm.
And then you realize, but it can just get quiet. Like if you don't have anything to do, or you don't have a personality or something, like if they're not putting anything in the chat, you're just listen, you're just gonna watch me watch the game. That's just gonna be, nah, it's hard to interact. So you have to
That's
find
right.
something to do, innit? So I'm
Mm.
trying to do obviously a bit more of that. And yeah, man, I'm gonna try bring that show back where I speak to some of the fans, and I'm gonna try get you on as well.
Of
The next
course.
couple of weeks we'll find the day, whatever. And
Mhm.
it's just about, you have to put the work in, bro. Do you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? With the YouTube thing, it's just finding the time to put the work in
Right. Right.
to
Right. But
bring
it's
out
all
the
to come though, right?
yeah.
It's all to come though, right?
Yeah. It's all to come. But this is the thing, though. I need to tell this to the chat, because like lot of this, we have a lot of friends, or if you would call them friends or not, but I'll call them friends that are either on a similar subscriber level or lower, like Aaron, like
Mhm.
the names can go on. Like
Yeah.
we've all kind of branched out from this Northside channel,
Mhm.
or wherever we found each other from, or even working
Mhm.
with Shane and whatever. Bro, there's so many people that work together, and we have like a nice little tight knit community with Normski and all these people, yeah. And it's
Right.
like we all on this. He like even the chat. You have to support these people, bro. And I'm not saying it's not a forced thing, but liking the video, subscribing, it does a lot for those people. Because trust
Mhm.
me, until you even when they hit 1K, you still won't get paid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we doing this for, like, if we're not doing it for fun, like, I'm genuinely doing it because I like doing it and it's fun. Because I don't get paid anything. I have to come home from work and try, do this, find the
And
time to
find
do that
time.
and that.
Yeah.
But because I enjoy it so much, I try to do it, yeah. And that's probably why a lot of people like me and whatever I do, is because I actually do it because I enjoy it. It's not a job. Like, I'm not forced to sit here and do it, yeah.
Right.
Um, but like until you hit all the watch hours and do this and that, you're doing it for free.
Mhm.
So you get me? So like even when you look at some of the other people, like I go on Northside channel, your channel, I'm looking, I'm thinking, man, like there's 20 people, 60 people in here, bro. Just hit the like button, bro.
Mm. Mm.
If you're not asking for anything, like just hit the like button,
Just hit the
subscribe.
like button. Yeah,
You get
that's
me?
a
If
big
it's
thing,
someone
you
that
know.
you like, because this is the thing, yeah. I've spoken to so many people, like whether it's in the channel. I know you gotta go as well, so I'm gonna lock off quickly. It's like
Mhm.
they're in the chat, and then you see them in a different chat, and they're like, "Yo, raw, like I didn't know about this Shane Guna guy, you know." I'm like, "Brother, you've seen him 6, 7 times on this guy's channel. We told you to subscribe, brother. Like we told you, yo, this guy's actually good, or this
Yeah.
guy." I'm like, brother, like I know that not everyone's always watching the live
Mm.
stream all the time. I'm driving, whatever. Sometimes you get it. So like, you'll be on the background, so I can't. I may have put something in the chat, but I've never responded, yeah,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
didn't. I may have not heard it, or I was at work, skipped it. Because what happens is you turn your phone off, you'll do whatever you need to do at work, and then you get back, you're like, I can't. Let me skip forward now because I want to see what's going on now. And then you all of a sudden, whatever the question was, you forgot. But you need to kind of do that thing where just hit the like, subscribe to the people. That person you subscribe to eventually might be doing something you like.
Right.
So I might end up, I don't know, playing GTA 6 and you like GTA 6.
Right.
So then you're onto this YouTuber from early. You have
Mhm.
that content there. You don't have to kind of look for it or
Mm.
stumble up it later on, kind of thing. And also you've kind of, there's more content there anyway. Just because you subscribe doesn't mean you have to end up paying for it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just,
that's it.
it adds
That's
the
it.
thing to the list. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I've never told anyone subscribe. You have to subscribe, kind of thing. I don't really, brother. Like, I ain't talked about. I don't really speak about the numbers. Like never do. And we do this thing all the time together where it's like, listen,
Mhm.
Views is in the building, bro. Subscribe to him, and you
Yeah, yeah,
subscribe to that. Yeah, and all of the
yeah.
other people. We always do that with each other, yeah. Which is what I liked a lot. Which is one of the reasons that kept me in this whole thing as well, is because of how nice everyone is and everyone trying to
Mm,
help each other and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just people in the chat, man, always showing us love. So you know what I mean? There's nothing else I can say, man. Big up to you. I
definitely.
just wanted to tell the chat this because I don't think they kind of understand that we're just doing this. We're just bringing this content that they're sitting here watching for a couple of hours that they love for free, bro. Unless you get
Mm,
paid or whatever, that's a different story. But
yeah, yeah,
it's that get them up to 1K and above, yeah, so we can start bringing you more. And then
yeah,
if it ever becomes a thing where we can make it a full-time thing, we can actually bring you way more than you actually see it. This
there
is
you
just
go.
a preview, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even you, I know that you're doing
Mm,
so much already, yeah.
mm.
And if you could end up doing it as a full-time thing, you might be dropping us under the lens every day, the whole season, watch along,
Should I say?
everything. Everything will be here, yeah, because you now have the time and you can actually do something from it. You get what I mean?
Mhm.
You don't have to go out and do other things. So
Yeah, yeah.
this
No,
is
it's a
just
good
one of those
message.
things, and a lot of people don't understand this as well in the chat. They just think, you know what, man's just on YouTube, so you know, automatically he's getting a bag from somewhere, you
Nah, bro.
know.
Nah,
But
bro. No,
nah,
bro.
man, I swear we're just doing it. I swear we're just doing it for the for
For
the
the
fun of
love
it.
right now. Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
it,
mean?
man. That's it. No, what a message, man. What a message. Big up Carl Walsh Gunner as well. Another legend in the building, man. Said he also subbed
Yeah,
to Yasser. Big up, man.
big
Biggest
up,
love
man.
for Carl.
Big
He's
up,
gonna
Kyle.
be on Under the Lens very,
Mm,
very soon. We're yet to lock down a day, but we're gonna get that in. My bro, it's been a pleasure. Like you said, man, we're just
yeah.
talking. All of a sudden, hour and a half is gone.
But that's what I'm
Where's
saying. It's like we're friends. It's like we've been friends from early. It's a
come
weird
on,
one,
bro?
isn't it? It's
Come
like
on, bro.
chilling,
You know
bro.
what I mean?
Thank you,
Like,
man.
good people always find each other, and you get me. Is how me and Shane and loads of people, Kyle, loads of
Yeah.
people, as you said, man. Good people find each other, and you find your community and you rock with it, man. But have you got anything directly coming up, or where can people find you next?
Nah, obviously, I think all my socials, like, I even went onto TikTok, bro, just to drop the funny clips. You know what I mean? Because people
Yeah,
actually see the clips over there.
they
You
do.
know about the
They do.
TikTok things, but they see it. Like, YouTube's a bit weird with the shorts, yeah.
Yeah,
But like, no one for some reason sees them as much as like what TikTok and all these other ones do. But just to branch out, just to let people see the content and stuff like that. But
yeah.
yeah, so all my things are the same. If you put Yasa TV, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, everything. If you have any questions for me or anything like that, just hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, bro. Like, I always respond to everyone if I see any messages. And yeah, man,
That's
I
it,
don't have
man.
anything coming up that I've planned. Like, obviously, I'm
Just
busy
jump on.
tomorrow. Friday's Eid, so I'm gonna be celebrating that. Might be a little busy, but depends. Might do like a random stream. Or if we get the money on, here we go. I'm just gonna do the stream, you know.
No, no, I
Yeah,
hear
I'm
that,
saying
man.
with the baguette, you know what I'm saying? I'm bringing the baguette on stream, you know what I mean? But
But yeah,
yeah,
man, definitely find you can definitely find him on Twitter, as you said, and on all the socials. Getting involved with the clips, find him on Northside channel, find him on his own channel because it's in the link is in the description, link is in the chat. Like I said, man, I don't even like to have to cut this short, but as you can hear, bing, 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 like I
yeah,
do
yeah,
have to
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah, we
cool.
are gonna forward you over, I believe. Just quickly, sorry, my guy. Let me just see what we've done here.
Are you
And thank
redirect?
you. Yeah, I'm gonna try and redirect this onto someone if we can.
I think no, I don't know who you're gonna direct to. From what
I
I
think
see
North
here,
is
Northside's doing the Portugal Germany stream.
right.
Who else is live?
Let's have a
Depending
look.
on,
Why is it not letting me go down now? Like, what is going on here?
you might have to refresh.
Yeah, I might have to refresh. What's going on here? See, you all know the back business. I've only just like worked out how to even try and do this, my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
but we're
listen,
there.
I
We're
don't know.
there.
Listen, this redirecting annoys me the most because I think even if I have 2 viewers, I should be able to redirect them. Fam.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
you know what it is?
all right.
I was just explaining it to Broski. I'm not even going to say his name, but I was explaining it to Broski in the back. Like, I don't
Yeah,
even think it's a direct hour thing. I think you just gotta have 1,000 subs in it, so it's a little
yeah,
bit. Like, you can receive it if you don't, but you can't send it unless you do. So we're
yeah,
lucky enough to have that. You know what I mean? We're lucky enough to have that, and we
yeah.
are going to send you one to Portugal versus Germany, North side. So make sure you go over there and say views raid for the couple of people that are still left in the building. Like I said, big up Kyle Walsh Gunner. Why not the assembled? BBK, Shane Guna, everyone that passed through, Mr. Robbo. It's been a blast. Thanks again, Yasser. I really appreciate it, my boy.
Anytime, bro. Anytime.
And
100%.
of course, you know what I mean. If you ever need me on the channel, I will reciprocate the favor. But there you go, guys. That's Under the Lens. That's Yasser TV. Make sure you subscribe. Go over to Northside and say Views Raid. Back again soon, people. Big yourselves up, man.